Receivers, Cooley top of the screen against Kenneth Lyons. Red Feather to throw. Red Feather going to the end zone. It is a touchdown. Cooley, the Bulldogs have the lead.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. In the backfield is Streeter with 1 more. Hand off Streeter, gonna try to find a hole. He does. He's gonna try to break another tackle. He does. Out to the 20. He's gonna go for the pylon, and he's gonna get in to the house. Reggie Streeter with his 4th touchdown scamper of the day gives Louisiana their first lead of the day.
You might want to look at Reggie Streeter with his 4th touchdown, but watch the block here. It looked like number 59 for the Vancouver Legion here was going to have the angle on him.
On the previous play, you know, they represent the city of broad shoulders.
The player with railroads.
And the throw by Donnell is complete to Jamal Wooding, and he scores the touchdown on the very next play. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Wow, Atlanta derails the Chicago defense on that play. He gets behind him.
It's just everybody let him go, and Maurice Spurgeon was the only one back.
2 backs and 3 receivers as Marconi drops to throw. And no pressure on Marconi at all. And the pass is picked off, and the defender, or the receiver, fell over. That's Koyama Shigeki, and he scores. Touchdown Legends on a pick 6 from Marconi. And the receiver fell over as he breaks for the football. Actually, Cooley thought he had a catch and was just trying to get his feet in bounds. And the Legends,
second down and 6. Pine is down 4. Cantrell empty backfield, and Cantrell up his back foot. Touchdown! What a throw from Cody Cantrell to DR Sim. That was masterful.
I thought that for sure was going to be knocked away or picked off. Anytime you see any SFL quarterback scrambling out of the pocket, it's usually not a good sign, but DR Sim gets so wide open here that he has such a huge target there for
Step drop from Pickler over the middle. Another interception. Good
battle.
And a big game last week, and he's off to the races. No one can catch him. Baltimore are cruising here in the first half. Touchdown Vultures.
And we just talked about it. Johnny could not afford the mistakes. That's his 2nd interception thrown here in his first half. Alvin Mack, I've said it time and time again, every time I call their games, he gets sideline to sideline as well as any linebacker in this league. He takes advantage of a bad situation and turns it to 6.
They'll start off with no Jared McChesney, and Josh Miller will throw. Looking top of the screen, it's picked off right into the hands of Iverson Gamble. A great start for Arizona. Gamble chasing down to the sideline, and Jeremy Mosley prevents a touchdown. What a play for Iverson Gamble, the 7th-year corner, and what a start for the Scorpions.
Second down and 10, 3 receivers. Now they go to Parker on a stretch. Haven't seen that much of the night. Breaks the tackle, and then another, and he's down at the 1. He looked into me, honestly. Let's see the replay again. Parker breaks 2 tackles. Orlando's just throwing a little bit of everything at him tonight, and he's off.
3 receiver set. William Dula in the gun. William Dula to throw, firing deep over the middle. Has a man, Jalen Miller, past the defenders, 5, touchdown, Carolina. Jeff Duffy in the chat just now saying Carolina is never out of it. Don't count them out yet. Well, there you go.
Bombs away, boys. Here it comes. Down the seam, just running to go, and no one's going to catch Jalen Miller. He's the biggest receiving threat.
And Legacy both off to the right side. And Garcia will pass. Garcia's in trouble, avoids a sack, fires deep down the field. The pass is caught. What a catch in traffic. It's a touchdown. Daniel Garcia makes an incredible play, launches it down the field to Clint Myers. And Clint Myers a little upset that Studwell's getting all the love. Over the outstretched arms of A.J. Levy, and Myers gets the
Week 9 SFL action continues this afternoon from Northwood Stadium in St. Paul as the Minnesota Legend host the Atlanta Swarm. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and joining me in the booth is the Cajun sensation, Gerald Smith. With us on stats, Rochelle Colston and Chris Porter. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on snowy YouTube. Gerald, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing good. I got my beanie on ready for the snow.
I hate snow. Anyway, two division leaders face off this afternoon in a matchup that will continue to help shape the playoff picture here in Season 20. Atlanta, the last remaining undefeated team, is in solid control of the East with a 3-game lead over second-place Louisiana. A win here keeps that undefeated season alive, but otherwise currently doesn't really impact their playoff positioning. For Minnesota, this game could mean a whole lot more. They're currently in first place in the Central Division, but the record is tied with Tulsa at 5-2, with their strength of victory being that tiebreaker. A win could keep them in first place and help strengthen that strength of victory even further. So what are the keys to victory for these teams today?
Quarterback play and defense. These two quarterbacks have been top-notch through 7 weeks. Atlanta's Bryant Dynasty is #1 in QB or completion percentage and has the fewest interceptions thrown in the league. His counterpart, Johnny Reno, is #2 in completion percentage and has the second fewest interceptions thrown, along with being third in QBR. The defenses of both teams will have to find a way to pressure the opposing QB and force them to make mistakes. The Minnesota defense has been very good in pressuring the quarterback, as they are 6th in the league in sacks. Atlanta, on the other hand, ranks 18th in the same category. But Atlanta only allows 18 points a game, which is best in the league. Whichever team can keep their quarterback mistake-free should come out on top.
All right, well, as Matt Wilson would say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. So we'll get down to the field, get this one started, where Atlanta is kicking things off to Minnesota. Adam Banks returning it out to the 22-yard line. That is where Johnny Reno will come out onto the field to get things started for Minnesota. The starting offense for the Legend is quarterback Johnny Reno. The halfback is Colin Hart. Fullback Chris Komisak. The wide receivers are Buchanan Simons, Quag Mam, Jay Taylor, and Adam Banks. The tight ends, Christian Bachagalupi and Jason France, a.k.a. the Moose. I think we gave him that nickname, didn't we? First play from scrimmage is a run up the middle for 3, second out.
Yeah, we could very well have a battle of the Moose and the Moose. We got a Moose Papa now in Atlanta. Yeah. We got a Moose on the offensive side in Minnesota.
The Moose v. Moose Spectacular. Second down and 7 for the 5-2 Minnesota Legend. Offside I formation. And Reno will throw for the first time today. He throws it over the middle, hits the Moose. Jason France with the first down up to the 35-yard line.
And that's a very, very good start right here for Minnesota, getting, 3 yards on first down, and now, getting yourself another 10 right on top of that, right there on second down. So, and then the snow right here at home. I wonder how, Atlanta's used to playing on, inside. I wonder how this snow is going to affect them playing here in outdoors.
Not to mention their quarterback is from a tropical place, not a snowy place. We'll see if that affects them at all. That run goes absolutely nowhere, stuffed by this defensive line for a loss of 1. The starting defense for Atlanta, the defensive line, is Mickey Gibson, Billy Ray Valentine, Leo Jefferson, and Joshua Williams. The linebackers, Cree Higgins, Diamond Blackwell, and the legendary Qantas Shine. The secondary, Jack Napier, Don Fletcher, Jay Miraculous, Moose Papanow, Grant Hardaway, and Chris Henry. Second down and 11. Colin Hart trying to get around to the right, gets 2, third down and 9.
And this is a situation right here in their first third down of the game right here, where we're going to see the quarterback play kind of come into play here and see how, if he's going to keep continuing, to be just as efficient as he has been all throughout the season.
Reno in the gun on third down and long. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, throws over the middle, and that one is caught for the first down, crossing midfield at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Adam Banks kind of came across, right? To catch that one there. And when he played for us in Louisiana, we called him Mr. Third Down, because he seemed to come up with a big catch, to reset the downs on third down, every big third down they needed, and he did the same thing here in Minnesota.
Banks spending his rookie season in Louisiana. The past 2 have been with Minnesota. Ball is handed off on first down. Another short run up the middle for 2.
Yep, and they're actually getting just a little bit yardage, kind of doing their stuff. And look, if they can keep similar doing stuff, I mean, because all season long they have been one of the most efficient offenses and being able to move the ball and actually have some ball control offense and kind of control the game by holding on to the ball.
Colin Hart, 15 carries for 77 yards last week. Gets the first down carry there. Actually, that was Chris Komisak. Komisak actually had 58 yards of his own last week, Gerald. They split these backs pretty evenly against their overtime win over Seattle.
Yeah, and they actually split almost evenly, even coming into this week, right? With Colin Hart coming into this week with 68 carries and Komisak having 64 carries. So, I mean, they like to use the two guys in the backfield pretty good.
Ball is handed off once again. Komisak goes nowhere that time. Second down and 10 after no gain. Aquana Shine getting into the backfield pretty quick.
Yeah, he recognized that real quick, and you can tell he did film study right there, not being, not only keying on, the tailback, but keying on the fullback too, and knowing that, hey, these guys almost split carries 50-50.
Aquana Shine second on the team in tackles for a loss this season, behind only Billy Ray Valentine. Colin Hart definitely got some good blocking there. Nice run around the right-hand side. Gets about 17 yards on the play. First down and 10 just outside the red zone.
Oh, the blocking on this play was great, right? Everybody had their man, and that's Komisak leading the way along with, one of the offensive linemen out there being able to spring them loose for 17 yards and getting them right on the outside of the red zone.
Colin Hart on the season, 380 yards, 4 touchdowns coming into the week. 3 wide receiver set on first down. Hart takes the handoff, tries to spin out of a couple of tackles. And can't quite do it. He'll gain 4, though. A hard-fought 4. Brings up a second down now just inside the red zone.
Yeah, and look, and it seems like they've been kind of wanting to run, at least on this first drive right here. And it's kind of odd because they haven't even averaged 100 yards, for the season at all. And Atlanta is actually not allowing 100 yards per game at all this, throughout the season.
10 plays, 61 yards so far. That one adds on about another 9. Nice quick pass to Adam Banks. First down and goal.
That was a very interesting, like route there. I wasn't exactly sure who he was going for, but he just almost like he just threw it up, expected this guy to be there, and he was. And I almost looked like it was intended for the other receiver there.
Yeah, I know. I thought he was maybe going down the sideline with it, but went into the out route instead and got the catch. I think he just saw the ball flying through the snow and said, it's near me, I'll take it.
Right.
Out route up top and just outside the end zone, stepping out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Jay Taylor sets up second down and goal.
Yeah, it looked like he almost kind of, he stepped out right there.
I couldn't see it.
Me neither. White shoe, white snow, white sideline.
I don't know. I thought he was into the end zone, but I see the ref standing there waving his arms at the 3-yard line. Oh, okay. Offside I formation, 2 tight ends out to the left. Reno throws, Hart takes the catch and takes a licking. It's tackled behind the line. It's a third down and goal now, 1-yard loss.
Was that Cree Higgins just coming out there just laying him out for a loss of a yard there? He had that one read like right off the bat. No sooner he kind of started, swinging out, he knew exactly his man he had to cover and made sure he got nothing out of it.
13 plays, 75 yards. Now Reno in the gun, free play. Fires towards the end zone, catches it out of bounds. They'll get one more shot at this.
Yeah, Jay Taylor may have lost his foot in there too. It's looking like, he didn't know.
I don't know where the end zone is.
Didn't know where the back of the end zone was. But they're going to get another try from the 2 after the yardage here, get themselves half the distance there. So it becomes, I guess you're wide open right here, right? You got 2 guys who can run the ball, and they're averaging over 2 yards a carry at least.
Yeah, I think I'd see how the defense looks when they come out, and I would just probably run a bit. But I got 7 on the line. for Atlanta. They do hand it off. Colin Hart tries to get in, spins in, he's into the end zone for the touchdown. What a move by Colin Hart.
Wow. He made that spin move right at the right time, hit it there, had his opponent leave his feet, grasping air, and now here at home they got themselves up. And look, and that was a lengthy drive. They took up, where we're at, 6, almost 7 minutes.
More than half the first quarter on the opening drive.
Game time, and that's something that they've done when they've been the most successful throughout the season. They've actually used up time like that and put big points on the board, getting touchdowns instead of field goals.
6 minutes, 41 seconds recorded on that 15-play, 77-yard drive, resulting in a touchdown. And that's going to be key for them, Gerald. I mean, they are 5-2. They are leading their division. Tulsa in second place in that division, and they kick off, right about now. So that, I'm sure we'll get some updates throughout that game as, the second place 5-2 Tulsa Desperados are also playing during this 1 o'clock block. But, even though they're 5-2, narrowly escaped with the win last week, a 23-20 overtime victory over the Seattle Nemesis. And, they're playing against the one and only undefeated team that's left.
Yeah, and look, and we played Tulsa last week in Louisiana, and they just railroaded us and made us look like we were a peewee football team on the field because they just played on another level. But and it's going to be, something that could go down to the end with the wire between Minnesota and Tulsa.
So 1st down and 10 now for Atlanta from their own 26-yard line as they finally get a shot here to possess the football. Bryant Dynasty.
Oh!
As his pass dropped, tried to hit his tight end, Jamal Wooding. Looks like maybe some of that weather affecting him early.
Yeah, Wooding just does not miss passes like that. I mean, a player of his caliber, that was just something you don't see. And the way I seen Bryant Dynasty drop back, I was like, man, this guy is going deep, play one. He ain't looking to take up too much time, but.
2nd down and 10 from the 26. Ball is handed off to BDG Hollywood. And they'll run right into the line. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 10. The starting offense for the Atlanta Swarm. Quarterback's Bryant Dynasty. The halfback BDG Hollywood. Fullback is Mitchell O'Brien. The wide receivers Kyle Finnemore, Siege Falco, and Boo Medium Rare Chisholm. Jamal Wooding is the tight end. The left tackle's Carter Hollywood. The left guard, Sam Falco. Dynasty in the gun. Fires down the right side. Picked off. Going back the other way and crossing the 30 to the 20. A block all the way to the end zone. Touchdown. Pick 6 for the legend.
Huge play for the legend right here at home. Right here, look, a little over, through the first half of the first quarter, and they already got 13 points on the board. Pinning the extra point could be 14. But this is something that Bryant Dynasty just hasn't done as far as throwing the interceptions like that. Look, is the early snow in this game affect them? I don't know, but Minnesota's definitely jumped on them really, really quick.
Dynasty, number 1 in the league with the fewest picks. Number 1 in the league with completion percentage. Number 1 in the league with QBR, but that one taken away by Johnny Bravo, his 2nd pick on the season, the first pick 6 for him this season. And actually the first pick 6 of his career. So after taking almost 7 minutes off the clock to get their opening drive touchdown, Atlanta spends less than a minute on the field, and Minnesota is the one that benefits with another touchdown. Mickey Malillo has the extra point up and good. 14-0 Minnesota out front here early on in this ball game. If you are new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. Malillo kicks this one off. Kyle Finnemore back to return, takes it from inside his own 5, brings it up to the 26. So for the 2nd straight possession, Atlanta will start from their own 26-yard line. Really no offense to speak of. Gerald, 3 plays, 0 yards, and ended with a pick 6.
Right, and that was Bryant Dynasty's 6th interception this season, which is saying something, right? Because he's averaging less than an interception a game, even with this one here, this being game 8 for them.
Dynasty. Oh, he gets sacked, absolutely leveled. A 4-yard loss. And a huge sack by Max Knight, 6'5", 350 pounds. There's a big man to fall on you, and he just leveled Dynasty.
Yeah, Max Knight, man, he's been one of their big spots, on their team, especially on the defensive side.
8.5 sacks now on the season.
8.5.
He's second in the league coming into this week. Dynasty under pressure again, hit as he throws, and it will fall down to the turf. Mark Mello getting in the backfield. He's got 2.5 sacks himself, 7 tackles for a loss so far in the season. The starting defense for Minnesota, Angela Meerkat, Mark Mello, Buster Johnson, and Max Knight is the defensive line. B.J. Lovelace, Axel Raven, and Juan Mississippi are the linebackers. The secondary, Cody Griffin, Johnny Bravo, Rick Evans, Daniel Wright, Tigga Clay, and Derek Meerkat. Dynasty on 3rd down and 14. Throws on the run, nearly throws another pick. Went right into the hands of Tigga Clay.
Oh, Boo Chisholm.
Boo Chisholm
not
injured
good.
on the play. 4th down and 14.
And that there was a huge stop and an unfortunate situation right there for Atlanta that Boo Chisholm goes down, here only on their second drive of the game here.
Fourth down and 14. And Lopan punts this one away.
Almost as a block.
And fair catch called for at the Minnesota 41-yard line. So everything going Minnesota's way so far, as they're able to score on their opening possession. They get the pick 6, and then I think they just sent Atlanta for negative offense that time. As 3-play, 3 and out, going for -4. So 14 points for Minnesota, -4 yards for Atlanta. Those are the stats so far in this one. Reno back out on the field. He's going for more, and that one's going to the end zone. Touchdown, Jay Taylor. Minnesota is on fire.
59 yards, and there is Jay Taylor making snow angels in the end zone, because you know what? He jumped up high to grab that out of the air, and they have definitely shell-shocked Atlanta right now. Just punched them in the mouth on 2 of their drives, and they went down and scored. They're scoring on offense, they're scoring on defense, and here he is. He went up, jumped it out of the air, went in the end zone. Now it's 20-0 Minnesota.
Unbelievable. I don't think we can understate the importance of seeing Boo Chisholm go down with injury too. I mean, now they're going to be down 21-0. Boo Chisholm got injured. We got to wait to see what sort of update we get on that. The 4-time All-Star, 13-season vet, one of the top performers for this Atlanta offense, and right now they don't have him, as they are down 21-0 with 2:32 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and he's leading the team in reception, leading the team in yards, leading the team in touchdowns. So he's been a pretty big part of their offense, thus far this season, right? I mean, and what are they going to do? I think, one of the things that they need to do is try and slow it down and try and get, somewhat of a run game going. Typically in these, inclement weather games, team typically try to keep the ball from out the air and kind of keep it on the ground. So we're going to see how Atlanta's going to come out and how they're going to try and attack this Minnesota defense on this drive.
Fenimore gets it out to the 26-yard line for the 3rd consecutive drive, as we anxiously await to see an update on Boo Chisholm. And I couldn't agree more, Gerald. They got to get BGG Hollywood going. He's 3rd in the league in carries, yards, and touchdowns. He is the offense here in Atlanta. Even though they're down 21-0, they got to stick to what they do best, and that is the run game. Hollywood currently with no stats on today. Dynasty, he's going to throw, and that one is batted down and incomplete. Was trying to hit his target, Kyle Fenimore, 2nd down.
Man, look, I feel like they're trying to do too much too early, especially right there on that play, right, going deep. Look, I understand, hey, you want to get back in the game, but we're only in the first quarter right here. So
yeah, there's plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time. And the way BDG can actually change the momentum of a game in one carry, I figured you'd want to at least hand them the ball.
They will stick to the air. Dynasty hits the out route down to the bottom, that time connecting with Siege Falco, and leg cramps for Boo Chisholm. He may return. Something tells me that they are going to work out those leg cramps and get him back out there.
Oh, yeah. I can see already they got a masseuse in the tent on the sideline going to rub out those legs, say, we need you back in the game.
Not quite sure why you're peeking in the tent at the masseuse. It's a little weird. 3rd down and 4. Dynasty deep over the middle, and he's got the catch. 1st down, finally getting some offense going. Siege Falco with the catch. They're in Minnesota territory.
Yeah, and that's a really, really huge catch right there because it actually puts them now in Minnesota territory, right past midfield. A 20-plus yard gain right here. So, this is something that they needed to get done, and they didn't do it on the ground. I mean, it shows you what I know. Look, they believe in Bryant Dynasty, and he has been the most accurate, most efficient quarterback, throwing the least amount of interceptions through, here coming into this week. So they're gonna continue to go with him, it appears.
Hollywood still with only 1 rushing attempt and 0 yards. Dynasty to throw, gets it out to Hollywood on a passing play, and Hollywood's able to gain 4 yards on that reception. 2nd down and 6. I definitely think they need to get that guy going.
Yeah, and one of the things I saw in this play right here with B.J. Loveless coming out to cover, Hollywood right there on that out route, he was not fooled by that potential spin move that Hollywood wanted to put on.
The old patented spin move at that. Dynasty over the middle, and that one's bounced up in the air a few times and not picked off somehow. Every defender on the legend, probably even some people from the bench, had their hands on that one. Nobody could take it away. The ball's a little slick.
I just don't know what head coach Mark Chisholm was thinking on the sideline as that ball just kept going up in the air, and yet all these green jerseys around it.
I think his heart probably stopped for a moment.
I bet. You seen that? There was nobody in the stand. Nobody wanted to be in the snow. Did you see that?
no one's
Look.
here.
On his monitor, there's nobody up there.
Dynasty under pressure. He's going down again. Sacked by Angela Meerkat. And she's rubbing some salt into the wound there. That brings their first promising drive of the day to an end. As she gets the sack, this defensive line just getting things done for them this season, Gerald. They're getting sacks left and right. 14 combined sacks coming into the game today. That's 6th best in the league for this defense. All but 2 of those sacks coming from the defensive line. Free safety Derek Meerkat has a sack, and Axel Raven, the outside linebacker, with half a sack as well. See if this ball just comes to a grinding halt in the snow, and it does.
3.
Pinned down at the 3. Good thing the ref can spot it at the 3. To me, it just looked like it was pinned down somewhere in the snowy field.
Yeah, why not? It's hey, this looks good enough. We can't tell if his foot
it's at
got
the 3-ish. Whatever. It's like,
Look, I think they're going to do something like they're doing like the long jump. Wherever the divot is, that's where we're going to mark the ball.
Yeah.
This is where he started to slide. That's where we're going to put it.
Yep. Close enough. So maybe it's a change in momentum for Atlanta. They have a good special teams play. Back up Minnesota to their own end zone. And Kamasak not able to get much. Gets 2, which will tick away the final moments here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, and I'm going to hold that thought.
All right, man. First quarter in the books. 3 here to go in snowy Minnesota. Everything is going Minnesota's way. Swarm 0. Legend 21. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. I am Mike Daggs. He is Gerald Smith. We got Rochelle Colston and Chris Porter with us on stats. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios on production for us. Flip sides of the field. Keep things going. Johnny Reno on 2nd down. He'll hand it off to Colin Hart. Colin Hart gets about 5 and gets absolutely leveled. 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Colin Hart picks him up, about 5 yards, and King Henry's like, nah, I think I'm going to let you get to the 10, and that's about it. Just literally threw his body at that man.
He did. It was a Goldberg-esque spear.
He feels confident throwing his body because he's got that neck board.
Well, that, and he can land in the fluffy snow.
Yeah, but they cleared it. See, I can see the yard markers there.
Reno out route up top, and that one is incomplete. I thought for sure he had that one, but
Yeah, and the sideline was a little bit more clear too.
yeah, Jay Taylor got the catch. Punter on his way out there. I'll see if they challenge that. I thought he got a foot in.
But would you
Easily,
challenge it that early, this early, and kind of
backed up this far? Maybe. I don't know. Depends on how confident you are that he got it, but it doesn't look like we'll see the challenge. Ryan Platt out. I mean, this punt's not going to go very far. That's why I would probably risk a challenge, especially in the first half. And doesn't matter as much.
And you're up 21 too.
Oh yeah, the punt went 38. Oh, and look at this move! Kyle Finnemore gets all the way down to the 19-yard line, and that's where the drive will start inside the red zone. So maybe momentum did shift a little bit after that first special teams.
And then Kyle Finnemore, he just did like a juke move, and I thought he was gone.
I did too.
And it was like, you know, a guy just spawned right out of the snowy turf and took him out.
It was the abominable snowman.
Yeah, man, it was the legend. Like the Yeti just hit himself in the turf and just knocked the guy down. But hey, look, they're in the red zone. This is what Atlanta needed.
Yeah, it absolutely is. They got to capitalize off of this one here. Dynasty in the gun, 2 backs, 1 to each side. Dynasty the throw, gets it out to Hollywood. Hollywood spins and only is able to gain 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8. Quarterback comparison, everything going Minnesota's way so far. But here we are. You know, Atlanta able to punt and get the ball down at the 3. They're able to force Minnesota to punt. Kicking into the wind, no less. Good return by Kyle Finnemore.
That was a net of punt of like 6 yards.
Yeah, it really didn't. They may as well have challenged or gone for it. Hollywood with only his 2nd carry on the ball game, and that one's going to go for actually a loss of 1. So far, BDG Hollywood's stat line in the rushing department, 2 carries for -1 yard.
Yeah, and if you're going to run, I mean, you know how disruptive Max Knight has been, right? He's had his 8.5 sack of the season today, not to mention that the, defensive line of Minnesota has been all over the quarterback and all. I mean, I don't think they're playing back there at all.
Dynasty on 3rd down, fires towards the end zone, and it's into the end zone for 6. Kyle Finnemore gets the catch, gets the points. He couldn't do the punt return for the touchdown, but he got it in anyway.
No, but he went there and he actually pulled that ball right out of the defender's hands right there.
Did.
He's like, I started us. I got us in the red zone.
That's
I'm
mine.
going to finish it, coach. Just throw me the ball.
Johnny Bravo, I thought he got his 2nd pick of the day, but not to be, as Kyle Finnemore gets them into the end zone, gets some points on the board. The O is finally gone. Sammy Steele on for the extra point. So momentum has changed a little bit. And listen, they're down 21-0 in the first quarter. What's to say that Atlanta can't put up 21-0 here in the second quarter and tie this thing up before the half? Extra point is up, and it is good. Tomorrow on Next Level Sports, the SFL Saturday Showcase features 2 4-3 squads jockeying for playoff positioning. It's actually later this afternoon, starring the league's top 2 receivers of Season 20. Chris Curtis of the Vancouver Legion squares off against Ryan Roosevelt and the Indianapolis Ramblers. Kickoff is this afternoon at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, only on Next Level Sports. Next Level Sports, get more. Return up to the 39-yard line. Good starting field position.
He
for the
flipped. I don't know if you saw it. I don't want to cut you off, but as he was kicking it off, Sammy Steele slipped, and it was an extremely short kick. Atlanta is not ready for these conditions right now at all.
So Johnny Bravo, 6 of 7, 99 yards so far in this one. He's in the gun to throw to get this one going. Quick out route up top. It's the same play they went to on that 3rd down situation. It worked that time. 2nd down and 3.
Tell you what, man, with the weather conditions that got going on in Minnesota, is not afraid to pass, and nor has been Atlanta, right? They just been doing, they just been slinging it around, and I guess that's the confidence you have in these 2 quarterbacks who, or the cream of the crop of the league right now.
8.5 to go here in the first half. Tomasak rumbling forward for the 1st down, all the way up to midfield. So, yeah, great starting field position, and maybe momentum tipping back Minnesota's way a little bit as that kickoff botched just a little. Here we are, first down and 10 from midfield.
Tell you what, man, I see a lot of guys on the field right here that's got sleeves on. Comisac out there with nothing but gloves on his hands.
Yeah, that's all he needs. Colin Hart hit behind the line, and he's brought down quick. Joshua Williams getting the big stop.
Yeah, and I guess they just kind of inched across here in Minnesota, and just in their own territory here, and they're trying to get across the midfield. But I mean, Atlanta needs to do something to be able to stop them here, to be able to kind of get the ball back and try and get them no points, right? Second and long, it's a good way to give them in a third and long too.
Comisac wrapped up by Leo Jefferson right at the line and brought down by Jefferson and Aquinas Shine. Third down and 10 now. And Atlanta in a good position to get that ball back once again.
And this is going to be a situation right here where, I mean, it seems like they're going to, Jay Taylor quite a bit too. So look for him right here. If I'm Atlanta, I'm staring his way, kind of keeping an eye on him.
Reno over the middle, and he's got the first down barely.
And who is it?
Adam Banks, once again, Mr. Third Down.
Mr. Third Down. He just, I don't know, that kid he finds a way to get himself open, and you can see for those last 3 or 4 yards he needed, he fought for it and was able to get himself right across there to reset the downs.
Oh, and Atlanta's going to challenge the spot of the ball. I don't know how you can do that in the snow, but we'll see.
I don't know. I think it's a good spot.
I thought he got across, but sometimes it's hard to tell. So
because it actually looked like he got.
Yeah, I think it looks like he got across and then was pulled back.
It looked like he got to the 40.
Yeah, that ball's across.
And
then Shine kind of pulls him back a little bit.
Forward progress.
That's what I'm thinking. But Shine pulled him back. Chris Henry pushed him a little bit. Let's see what the call on the field is. And wow, the ref agrees with Atlanta. Ruling on the field is overturned. It's got to be, 4th and inches now? I'd keep the offense out there and just go for it. Yeah, 4th and inches.
Yeah, I would look, and that's a crazy thing. Like, look, they mark it at the 40. He needed to get to the 40 to get a first down. I'm confused.
Look at the ball. I mean,
it's the same.
The center is currently holding the ball across the unofficial line on the field. I don't know. They do keep the offense out there. Reno under center. Changed the play. 12 on the play clock. He does snap it. Comisac gets the first down up to
at the
40-yard line. Yeah.
It was at the 40, and he got to the 40. Like, I don't understand.
Gets the first down either way. I don't know, man. What do we know? Listen, with the snow, the 40-yard line is like about 2 feet wide right now, I think. So,
right.
The
40-yard line is it's about 3 yards.
Yes, it's a wide margin of error. Quick pass over the middle to Jason the Moose France. Gets the first down once again, now up to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Moose got bumped right off the line. It looked like it may have slowed him down just enough to keep himself open, and Johnny Rito to be able to hit him, because I think if he doesn't get bumped there and slows down his route, I think he runs right into, like a Aquinas Shine, back there in coverage. So
first down and 10 at the 28, 6 to go in the first half. Colin Hart, hit behind the line once again. The running game, for being what you would expect to see in a snowy game, the running game really hasn't gotten going on either side. Colin Hart with 32 yards on the day. Chris Comisac with 15. So, I mean, I guess, they're getting some yardage. On the other side, BDG Hollywood, the Hall of Famer, -1 yard still. Second down and 12. 5 wide receiver look. They're not going to run here. Reno to throw. Throws over the middle, a floater, and that one's batted down and incomplete. Not exactly even sure who his target was. But the Moose on the other side gets in the way, swats it down.
I think he got his hand in it to knock it down right at the last second. If not, it would have been in Jay Taylor's hands. He might have been keep running there, because if he doesn't bat that down, I don't think there's anybody past Jay Taylor that even stop him.
He would have been gone. Everything Minnesota's favor so far, 173 yards of offense to 39. 21-7 the score. And Reno, deep pass over the middle, sets up a first down and goal from the 8-yard line. And the first downs just keep on coming. Jay Taylor with the catch.
Yeah, Jay Taylor. It seems like they're just targeting Jay Taylor and Adam Banks, right? If it ain't Taylor, it's Banks, especially on third down. And that was 3rd and 12, a long, third down conversion there, and now it's got him inside the 10-yard line.
Buchanan Simons with 1 target, but no catches. Quig Mam completely quiet so far. France with a couple catches. Out route down to the bottom. There's a 3rd one, and he's back into the end zone. Touchdown for the Moose.
Yeah, Moose hit there, and he ran a great route. Ran out there, got himself about 6 yards down the field, and made a really excellent route run and a cut to the outside. Got separation from the defender, and once he caught it, he just basically had to step over the goal line, and it's a touchdown. And now they're back up. Could be, at pending extra point, 21-point lead again.
Another long, methodical drive, 11 plays, 61 yards that took about 4 minutes and change off the clock. And multiple third down conversions on that drive too, Gerald, that they were able to get to keep the drive going. Not only third down conversions, but a 4th down conversion in there as well. Extra point is up, and it is good. 28-7. Minnesota back out in front by a 21-point lead. If you missed any SFL action, it's hard to keep up with every play around the league. You can check out highlights of SFL games on SFL YouTube and on Highlight Nation, provided by Victor's Valiant, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. You can subscribe to Highlight Nation and Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all of your sports highlight needs. So Atlanta looking to see what they can do now. Back trailing 21 once again for the undefeated Atlanta Swarm.
Yeah, and Atlanta's defense is going to have to do something, right? I know there was a pick 6 there, but Atlanta has only, given up more than 28 points one time this season, and that was against, Sioux Falls back in week 6 when they surrendered 31. And in less than a half of football, Minnesota has 28.
So Dynasty. Quick pass down to Siege Falco. Falco able to get his 3rd catch of the day. Gets 31 yards total on the stat line now. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, if they can just keep inching down, and I would hope that they plan on taking this and making this a 5-minute-ish type drive to be able to use all this clock and give Minnesota no time. That way, when you go in the half, they have you score a touchdown, and then you come out of half and you get the ball right back.
Man, BDG Hollywood's struggle of a day continues. He gets his 3rd carry of the day, loses 2 more yards. He has as many negative yards as he has carries now on the day.
Yeah, the defensive line for Minnesota has been just extraordinary, to say the least.
Unbelievable so far. Dynasty to throw. Under pressure. There's that D-line again. And they're going to count that one as an incomplete pass. Angela Meerkat getting in the backfield again. An unbelievably quick 3 and out.
Yeah, the amount of pressure that this defensive line has been able to put on Bryant Dynasty, right? You have 2 sacks, and if you hadn't gotten the ball off 2 or 3 times on other ones just in time, we could look at him getting sacked about 5 times in the first half.
Low pan out to punt once again for Atlanta. This one is away. Banks standing back somewhere. Who knows what yard line that was? 40-ish? Yeah, well, that's where they spot it. Field getting pretty snow-covered once again. Less than 4 minutes to go till halftime, and then they'll bust out the shovels.
Isn't there like a brush mobile to brush it off? Well, I guess it wonders if you got grass, you ain't brushing nothing off. I guess that's for turf.
Yeah.
Old school turf.
That's right. Maybe Minnesota should consider a roof. Throwing that out there. Speaking of throwing, Reno gets the out route complete. Good for a gain of 5. Hey, look who it is. Adam Banks.
Adam Banks. Hey, lucky for him in the 3rd down. He's like, hey, you need to give me some of that 1st down action too. There he is, gets 5 yards, and aside from Moose and Taylor, Banks is the only other guy outside of one of the running backs has actually caught a pass.
Reno in the gun now on 2nd down. As we tick closer to halftime, Reno up top once again. Likes to be working that sideline, and his favorite target of the day, Jay Taylor. 5 catches now with 100 yards, and don't forget that touchdown.
Yeah, and here they are. It looks like they're going to just slowly, methodically move down the field again, and they just got themselves into Atlanta territory. And there's at times, man, where the Minnesota offense looks unstoppable, whether it's running or it's passing. I mean, they're just really, really efficient right now.
Colin Hart, speaking of the unstoppable running, gets 8 on that one. And, yeah, they've had it's funny because they've only had 2 scoring drives so far on the day on offense. Otherwise, they had, a pick 6. And, well, I guess they would have had 3 scoring drives on offense. But, yeah, they've been getting it done multiple ways.
Yeah, and look, and that's the thing here. Look, and that's here good for Atlanta right here, right? Better get them on 3rd down, stop them on 3rd down, but it's 3rd and short. I mean, but they've been efficient every time they had the ball except once. They've only punted 1 time.
3rd down and 2. Three wide receivers in the set. Reno to throw up top once again, and this time they will spot him inbounds as he rolls out of bounds, stopping the clock with 2:16 to go.
And they hit Jay Taylor again right there on about a 7-yard out route and being able to reset the downs. And this is something that Atlanta has to stop right here, right now, because if not, they're looking to go down, 28 points. No, it won't be 28 points. I think it'll be a little less than that.
1st down and 10.
24 points.
Just about hit the 2-minute warning before that play, but we'll hit it afterwards. 2-minute warning with 1:58 to go. There's your halfback comparison. Blown away by that stat line for BDG Hollywood. 3 carries, -3 yards.
It just doesn't happen.
Does not.
Ever.
Minnesota planned for him, and, well, at least through the first 2 quarters, they've succeeded well. Tomasak takes the handoff, surges forward, sets up a 3rd down and 7 at the 32. I'm not sure you can kick a field goal from this range in these conditions. They'll have to at least get a little bit closer, if not continue to keep this drive going.
Well, I guess it depends on what Minnesota's kind of playing for right here, right? Are they just going to play to just try and, get themselves in field goal range? It doesn't look like it.
No, they want to get the first here.
Right, so I would look, obviously, for Taylor or Banks here.
Pass over the middle is caught once again. 1st down inside the red zone. And that one is hauled in by Buchanan. Simons finally getting his first catch of the day.
Yeah, Buchanan Simons sighting, right? Almost, through a whole half of football. I believe it's only his, looking at it's only a 2nd target, first catch of the day.
Colin Hart spins, makes a juke, and finds his way into the end zone. We've been saying it all day, Gerald. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Man, they've been making way too many snow angels in his end zone because he put a spin move on and then set up a block and slid to his right to find himself some open space. There's the spin move. Slid right there. Buchanan Simons coming back with some sort of a crackback type block to help out his teammate. And now they are up nearly 28 points with 1 minute left to go in the half.
So Atlanta's about to get the ball back, and they will get the ball to start the second half. They're going to need to get touchdowns on both of those drives to climb back into this one. Atlanta hasn't allowed 35 points in a game yet this season, and they've allowed Minnesota to get 35 on the board through the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, and Atlanta is only allowing 18 points a game coming into this week. And now here we're all looking at Minnesota almost, I mean, you can call it that. They actually doubled that in a half of football.
Crazy. Mickey Melillo kicks this one off. Let's see, maybe Fenimore will get a kick return for a touchdown here. Special teams. Almost had a punt return for a touchdown, but gets it out to the 26-yard line for the 4th time so far in this one. So 54 seconds, all 3 timeouts. See if they can get something going. They've got to they got to try to score here. I don't think you can just hand it off now. I think you got to try to score.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something, man. Because look, and they're coming out on somewhat of a heavy set, 2 tight end set, and they just have to. If they hand it off, it's gonna be just lull.
Well, Hollywood, he's gonna go over the middle. That one's caught. Looks like you got Boo Chisholm back out there. He gets a catch. That's good to see.
And maybe that's a spark of something right there.
Could be up to the 39-yard line. 40 seconds to go. The clock will continue to roll. Swatted down with 37 seconds left. It's like Juan, Mississippi getting that one swatted away.
Yeah, Juan, Mississippi. He was just right there. He was kind of sitting back and just eyeing up the quarterback right there in Dynasty. And whenever he saw that ball release, he just jumped right in front of the tight end there and just tried to knock it down.
Bryant Dynasty, 7 of 15, 68 yards, touchdown, and a pick.
That is not the Bryant Dynasty from the first 7 weeks of the season for these guys.
No. Snow struggles, perhaps. Dynasty under center on 2nd down. Out route to a wide open target up top. Tackled in bounds, so they will burn their first timeout with 33 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and I don't blame Fenimore for getting mad at that. He's already on the ground, and then, a guy just comes and shoulder blocks him into the ground. Like, dude, come on, man. Like, I'm already down. All you can do is touch me. You ain't got to try and, put your shoulder pads in my kidneys or something.
4 wide receiver look on 3rd down. Dynasty throws in a jumping catch up to the 41-yard line. That's Boo Chisholm.
Yeah, look, keep throwing it to Boo. I mean, throw it to the Hall of Famer. I mean, what else you got to lose right now with 20 seconds left in the half?
Dynasty going back down that direction, and that one nearly picked off. Tried to hit Chisholm on a back-to-back throw. And it goes down to the turf. 16 seconds left from Minnesota 41. Still outside of field goal range. They want to get some sort of points. I don't know if they still have time to get a touchdown.
Yeah, and I'm not sure which way the wind's blowing. I can't really tell with the snow. The snow kind of looks like it's falling straight down. But if they can get themselves here about 5 to 8 yards, it'll get themselves in a situation for an attempt.
Dynasty, deep drop, steps up in the pocket, throws and off. We're going to see the second pick 6 of the game, perhaps. Down to the 30, and no, they chase him down. Get the tackle at the 24-yard line, but plenty of time and plenty of distance for a Mickey Malillo field goal. They're going to extend this lead.
Man, Rick Evans just jumped right in front of that right there. His placement was perfect, and I don't think Dynasty saw him sitting right there in that flat type area and being right there. So when he threw it, he had his eyes on Wooding the whole time and didn't see Evans sitting there. Evans picked it off and almost ran it back for a pick 6. I think they're going to kick a field goal here.
Yeah, they're lining up for the field goal right now. They're not going to screw around or waste any time. 6 seconds to go. So Mickey Malillo out for his first field goal of the day. He's kicked quite a few extra points already. 13 of 14 on the season. This one from about 41 yards out in the snow from the left hash, and it's up and good from 41. 38-7. Gerald, Atlanta put up 38 points against the Portland Fleet last week and won that game. Minnesota's put up 38 points so far in this one, and it is the first half. Crazy.
And Minnesota has matched in just a half of football 38 points, which is the high for them on the season, which they have done twice. This makes 3 times that they have scored 38 points against an opponent, and each time that they have scored 38 points, they have won those games.
Do you know how many points is the most that, Fenimore fell down? He fell down when he caught the ball at the goal line. Did you see that?
Maybe snow got in his eye. So you look at his other monitor, like he just saw it too late, jumped up, thought it was going to go over, his head misjudged it, and he just tackled in about the 10-yard line. Holy cow.
That brings us to the half. Minnesota, 38 points so far in this one. Gerald, they've scored 38 points as a franchise best. That's the most that they've ever scored in any game, so long as that they've existed. And they still got 2 more quarters to set some new records in this game. So abbreviated halftime in the snow. It's a little cold, so we're just going to get right back to the action. Keep this one going. 38-7. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith, Rochelle Colston, Chris Porter with us on Stats. Cameron Irvine producing for us back at SFL Studios. And wow, what a lopsided first half.
I tell you what, looking at it on paper, if I had expected this score to be this, I would expect it to be flip-flop. The way Atlanta, seemed like they were just breezing right through every opponent that they played just about. If I had to predict this score at halftime, I would have said hands down it was against Atlanta. But I tell you, Atlanta would be up 38-7. But Minnesota is just, they're just can't do anything wrong at all right now. Everything. They have 2 interceptions, and they're pressuring the quarterback. I think I said that in my opening. Hey, look, man, if they can, pressure the quarterback and have him fits, man, you got to get rid of the efficiency of the quarterback to be able to beat the other team, and Minnesota's doing that right now.
And how about the stat line for BDG Hollywood now with -7 yards? I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, -7 yards.
He has negative yards collectively. His total yards is negative. He has 6 yards receiving. Now he has -7 rushing. If my math is correct, he has -1 total yards.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Just can't comprehend it. Dynasty gets that pass out down to the bottom. 3rd down and 5. Finnemore, one of the more productive offensive performers so far in this game, along with Siege Falco. Gets that catch there. He's had some good yards on special teams play. They got to keep this drive going, though. Like, they desperately need this 3rd down conversion.
Without a doubt.
Dynasty steps up, pressure all over him, but he gets the catch and keeps the drive going as that one is hauled in. So 1st down and 10 from the 43-yard line. Casey Morgan with the catch.
I tell you what, credit to Dynasty for sticking in there, right? I saw him kind of run up. I thought he was in trouble and about to try and run and then run out of the pocket and get himself sacked, but he's able to kind of move us up in the pocket, and kind of keep his eyes downfield and being able to see Casey Morgan, come loose on an out route for them to pick up the 1st down and continue the drive.
Offset I formation. Hollywood finally starting to get some positive yards on the ground, but overall total will still be negative. 2nd down and 6. And, here's the thing, though, Gerald. Top offensive performer on the team right there, BDG Hollywood. Is it too late? They're down 31 points.
I think it's too late to, hey, give it to BDG running. You know what I mean? I mean, Bryant Dynasty has been your most efficient guy. Look at that.
One-handed jumping catch over the middle. Siege Falco, he ain't done playing. Gets the 1st down to the 34, but go ahead with that thought.
Yeah. So, look, and they're just going to have to go with Dynasty and trust him to put themselves in a better position to score because they can't run the ball and expect, BDG to dig them out of a hole being down 31 points, right? They got to get points. They got to get them quick. And, and look, and Siege is on the sideline, so it looks like they're coming out in a heavy shot. Now, if they throw it to BDG out the backfield, I'm not mad at that at all.
Still negative rushing yards for the Atlanta offense, and they do throw it to Hollywood out of the backfield. Nice block set up and a good move by Hollywood to gain 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4. Hollywood's been under pressure all day, though, too, Gerald. 2 sacks allowed. Minnesota's kept Johnny Reno nice and clean.
Yeah, look, and BDG, right, one problem he's had all game is finding space. If they can get him in space, I think he can make some plays and maybe even break a big one for you.
Dynasty gets it back down to Hollywood, but no blockers for him that time, and he pays the price. Tackled for no gain on the play, like Rick Evans got right back there.
Yeah, Rick Evans saw that ball come out. He's like, I want my pick 6. I want my pick 6. So last time they had, somebody coming from behind, I want my pick 6. So, but look.
Speaking of pick 6s, there's Johnny Bravo. We had one earlier in the day.
Yeah, and they need to pick this up, right? Because field goal does you no good.
3rd down and 4. Dynasty, 7-step drop, out route up top, keeping those toes in bounds and getting the first down. What a nice catch by Boo Chisholm.
Yeah, and that's a veteran guy, right? He's like, look, I'm going to find the least amount of snow on the sidelines. I know that's the sideline. I'm going to keep my foot set there and stop and be able to reel it in just so we can get our team going in the right direction.
I think he even had time to, like, look at the ref. He points at him like, look at my feet. I got this ball. Here I am. I got this catch. A little sidearm throw. Quick pass over the middle goes for 9.9. Second down and inches. Finally, Jamal Wooding getting another opportunity at it. He had that drop. I think it was with the opening play of the game. You know, he had like this corner route that should have been good for 12, 13 yards and right in and out of his hands.
Yeah, and looking back now, right, it almost seemed like that was the tone
like
that was set for how this game was going to go with the way it's been going right now.
Dynasty under center on second down. Gets it out to Hollywood. Has the first down and a little bit more. Tackled at the 12-yard line. Brought down by Rick Evans. First down and 10.
The open field tackling by Minnesota has been excellent, right?
Yeah.
Because it's extremely difficult to be able to tackle Hollywood with one guy, and they have been consistently being able to do it this game. I mean, if he spins out of that, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But these guys are, wrapping him up and getting him to the ground.
Hollywood takes the handoff, hit of the line, breaks the tackle, and surges all the way up to the 4-yard line. Second down and 2, and this is definitely what Atlanta needed to do. They're going to need to score on this opening possession of the second half. My only knock on it, I guess, not that they can really do much about it. Yeah,
taking too long.
It's
taking too long. Look, and that just means they're going to have to force Minnesota to 3 and outs.
Yeah, like for the rest of the game. We'll see what happens. Dynasty, first they got to score. Dynasty to Hollywood. Hollywood stutter steps and stops. No gain on the play. Third down and 2. Got 7 positive yards now, though.
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood I felt like it could have been a race to the corner or even the first down marker if he wouldn't have really kind of stuttered, and I don't know if he kind of just slipped and kind of just I don't know what was going on there, but
third down, Dynasty throws 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and the Minnesota defense read that like a book. B.J. Loveless, he wasn't fooled.
Man, look, and I don't know how. I don't know if BDG's just not comfortable. The snow's got him off, and the field conditions. But he had a great block on the edge, and then he ran like right back toward the hash marks instead of just coming right off of that block and just running toward the end zone or even the first down. They were right there. They were like 2 yards away from first down a couple plays ago.
Sammy Steele, 13 of 14 on the season. He's out for one here. Hopefully he doesn't slip. Slipped on a kickoff. That one's up and good. Officially from 23. So finally some double-digit points on the board, but still down 4 scores. 38-10 currently in this one. Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is nobody else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. Kickoff brought. Oh, man, I thought he might break that free. We've got an update. What's Tulsa doing? Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios.
Thank you, Mike Daggs. Watch this play. Leo Morris actually has the football deflect off his helmet as he's falling out of bounds, and then Derek Majors able to get the interception in the back of the end zone. Tulsa has 1 touchdown in the last 6 quarters, and they are losing to Portland 7-0 near the end of the first half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cam. Reno under pressure. Throws as he's backpedaling away. Hey, can anything go wrong for Minnesota today? I don't think so. Heck, not only is everything going right for them in this game, their number 2 opponent in their division currently losing as well.
Yeah, with the way look, and I got to go back to the last play. Reno backpedaling, running around, everyone in the pocket. Somehow somebody throws it up, and he's able to get his guy to be able to, bring it down. It's like they just couldn't track him down. and just run around just throw it up. I wish I had that kind of a Tecmo Bowl type, bag for my team. Just pull it out, just throw it up, and the guy will grab it.
3rd down and 6, trying to get that 3 and out if they can. Reno pumps, throws over the middle, and they get the 3 and out. Cree Higgins got his hands on that one, so they didn't get the touchdown that they needed, Gerald, and they took 5 minutes, 49 seconds off the clock to score those 3 points, but at least they got some points on the board. They got the 3 and out that you said the defense needed to get. We'll see what they can do on offense on their second possession of the second half.
Yeah, but man, Cree Higgins has got to be able to get the ice blocks off of his hands and be able to bring that in, because it shortens your drive tremendously, and puts you in a really good position to score if you'd have brought that down.
Fair catch called for back at the 30-yard line. So they went 68 yards on their last drive in 5 minutes, 49 seconds. A little under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 70 yards from the goal line now. We'll see what they can do. Bryant Dynasty, 17 to 27, 147 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks, which is just not characteristic of his stat line this season. BDG Hollywood struggled all day, continues to struggle now, 1-yard gain.
Yeah. Look, and I get what Atlanta's doing here, right? They're sure trying to keep Minnesota on their toes and worrying about Hollywood, but I mean, anything that requires him to navigate through the offensive line has not been working, right? You want to try and get that guy out in some space and run him off the edges, because anything up the middle is not working.
3 wide receivers up to the top. Dynasty goes that direction, and 2 Minnesota defenders right in the area. Ball was swatted down by Cody Griffin, 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, dude, and I actually thought that they had, it looked like Falco was there. It looked like they had him open.
Yeah.
But these corners and defenders and safeties for Minnesota are all over it no sooner the ball comes out. Go Gadget arm. Seems like they just have an arm on everything.
An Inspector Gadget reference. I love it. Dynasty under pressure again. Throws another pick. Taken away. Cody Griffin got his hands on the last ball, picks that one off, and Minnesota takes over at the Atlanta 39.
And if you were to sit there and you're going to watch on this replay too, if they show Dynasty drop back, the pressure was getting to him. He had to get rid of it. I think he threw a little bit prematurely, or he underthrew it, because Boot Chisholm behind Falco looked like he actually had some space, from himself to be able to catch a ball, but he just threw a little bit prematurely, and here we are. I made a bad throw because he was under pressure. I mean, that's just the way the game has been going.
Yeah, absolutely. The Minnesota defensive line has just been absolutely wreaking havoc, and this secondary is benefiting from it. 7 picks combined coming into this game, and they've got 3 already in this one. Colin Hart spins his way up for a gain of about 4 yards, 2nd down and 6.
I'll tell you what, one thing look, you got the legend, right? And their mascot logo, all that goodness is legend, like the Bigfoot or the Yeti, whatever you want to call them. They look like they play on another level when they're in this snow.
Yeah, I would agree. And currently looking to set a franchise best on the scoreboard on this drive. 3rd down and 6, right on the outskirts of field goal range. See if they can get some yards or convert here, or if they're going to send Malillo out for the record-setting kick.
I think if they can get about 3 yards here, I think it's definitely in Malillo's range here, and it looks like they're actually putting themselves in a situation to pass. So they're not shy at all. Up 28, late in the third.
Reno over the middle to the Moose, gets the 1st down. And they will keep the drive going. 1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line.
Yeah, and it was just Moose just found himself wide open. Split the linebackers right there too, right? Linebackers kind of dropped back in coverage, split right in between them, and found a soft spot.
Hashtag throw it to the tight end. Jason France with 4 catches for 42 yards. Gets that one for the 1st down. Johnny Reno only missed 3 passes all day, Gerald. Over 200 yards and a touchdown. He's doing fantastic. 123.8 quarterback rating. He's going to keep adding to it here as he swings that one out to Colin Hart, who spins his way forward for a gain of 5.
man, it's crazy watching. Hey, look, these coaches on the sideline for Minnesota, man. Like when they need a perfect play, it seems like they have it dialed up. They have the the right routes called versus the the right coverage against Atlanta right there. And even on everything, man, when it seems like, hey, look, they need a run play, they get the excellent block, and then they're able to just keep moving the ball down. I just don't see them slowing down at all right now this game.
No, I don't either. Points off turnovers have been critical as well. Reno throws that one down to the bottom. That one was just as good as a throwaway. Actually loses 2 on it, getting it out to Chris Komisak, 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Komisak's like, I'm gonna drag my toes. I'm gonna show my receiving skills right here and caught it. But I mean, they're still in the red zone and in field goal range. I don't think they're gonna. I would imagine they're not gonna do anything that's gonna put themselves in any kind of danger or anything like that, right? Especially the way they played so far.
Reno in the gun now on 3rd down. Quick pass over the middle again. Keeps things going. 1st down and goal from the 10-yard line. And nothing can go wrong for the legend, Quig Mam, with the first catch on the day.
Yeah, that's his first target, first catch of the day, and move the chains. And it's like, can they do no wrong?
They can do no wrong in the snow.
Put snow on the field. It's like, we want the snow every week.
Reno hands this one off to Colin Hart. Only will gain 1 on that run as Aquana Shine gets the tackle. 2nd down and goal.
Look, it's just still just kind of mind-boggling to me how much of a difference it has been, between both teams here, right? Atlanta coming in undefeated and Minnesota 5-2 and leading the division, and thought it was going to be a huge clash here of, tight scoring game or something like that, but it's just been exactly the opposite.
That'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. 11 minutes remains here in snowy St. Paul, Minnesota. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the SFL, and look at that pick! Jumping right in front of it, getting the pick and ending that drive, Grant Hardaway with the INT.
And that was something that they needed. Look, it's a new quarter. They're down 28 points right here. Look, if they can start kind of rattling off some points real quick, they can get themselves back in it along with forcing 3 and outs or doing something similar to that, getting turnovers.
Still down 28. It's a tall task to try to climb back into this one, but there is a chance that they could do it. So we'll see what they're able to do here on this drive. BDG Hollywood gets the handoff, see if he can get something going. Runs into the waiting arms of BJ Lovelace. He'll gain 3.
Yeah, I think BDG has finally hit double digits in the run game. With that run right there, right? And that's not saying a whole lot, right? When you're held to, below 10 yards rushing up until the 4th quarter starts.
Hollywood takes that handoff again, sets up a 3rd down and 6. So I think they're going to have to go to the air now here, Gerald. I know they wanted to try to run to get out of the shadow of their own end zone, but they're down and long.
Yeah. You can't do that. I was surprised there was even running on those first 2 downs, man, because you're down 4 scores right now.
Yeah, you got to go deep, and they do, and that one's nearly taken away. Falls down to the turf, and that's going to bring that drive to a close. They'll be punting out of their own end zone. Hey, don't leave the stream without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. You can join to check out content for teams and about the league created by the community. Participate in pick'em games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the survivor pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net and click on the Discord icon on the menu. The SFL community is 2,000 strong, and we will see you there. Fair catch called for in Atlanta territory. So Minnesota now with 1st down and 10. only 48 yards away from the end zone. So they went the whole third quarter without adding any points on.
Yeah, it almost seems like they put it in cruise control, right? And it's like, hey, look, we're not going to put ourselves in any danger, do anything crazy. I just don't think that they need to go, I guess, full bore being up 4 scores right now.
And speaking of full bore,
Moose
the Moose. Moose is like, no, I want to surge through people. This is why you call me the Moose. I'm going to catch the ball and just bowl through people. He runs out of bounds, keeps on bowling through people.
Dude. Like, just like you said, mention that, and he's just like, you know what? Forget it. I want to score. I want to put more points. I want to be the record-breaking.
Yeah.
The guy who scores a touchdown or points to break the franchise record of points scored in the game.
They've been in the season or in the league for a couple of seasons now. This is their second, 5th time they've put 38 points on the board, but never more than 38. Thought they were going to get it on that last drive, but Reno threw a pick. See if they can do it here. They're in field goal range, so we'll see what happens. Hart gets a 1-yard carry. He's averaging 3.6 on the day. Second down.
Yeah, and I'm in awe right now. Like we watched Minnesota a few times.
We have,
over the course of the last couple of seasons, and they have an identity on what they do, man. They have this ball control offense, crazy efficient. And that's why they made the playoffs, last season, and that's why it looks like they're on their way this season.
Quick pass into coverage. That one nearly picked off, too. And Bachagalupi trying to jump on it. Falls down to the turf. Third down and 9.
Yeah, and there was a lot of Atlanta players there, too. Like, linebacker came. No one likes it. It was the other Moose. Papanow, hitting it up and trying to, get an assist for his teammates to maybe potentially take it the other way and put themselves back in it. But here we're on 9 minutes. I just don't think Atlanta has enough time.
Yeah, I think the time is not on their side anymore at this point. Might start wanting to just preparing for next week. That pass over the middle. And, oh, wow, they're going to mark him short of the line to gain.
What?
I don't know how. 4th down and inches. Queg Mam with a second catch. Aquana Shine with the tackle. I thought he easily had that first down.
Man, it was a whole lot of C's and Q's and all those pronunciations you were trying to make. But look, I would look. They're just gonna give double M7 the chance to just put the record-breaking thing in there. But look, hey, some people want to step on the throat and be done with it.
I know, right? 37-yard field goal try from the right hash for the record in Minnesota on the most points scored in a game. The kick is on its way, and it is good. 41, the new high score for Minnesota, and Atlanta now trails by 31 points here on the road. Their undefeated season looks like it will be coming to a close here in Week 9.
Yeah, and it's not something that they wanted to actually have happen, right? Because they just feel. Look, and if you had to lose, right? I'm just saying, right? Nobody wants to lose, right? But hey, look, you got half of the league that loses every single week.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people say you can't win them all. But if you had to lose, hey, you want to lose it now during the season. You're 7-0. If you go to 7-1, not all that big of a deal. You're ahead in your division pretty comfortably too. So, as of right now, by 3 games, if you lose this one, at worst, you're ahead by 2 games. So it's not so bad, but if you had to lose, you want to lose them now instead of losing toward the end, whenever we reach the postseason, because Atlanta is a super duper quality team that they look like they're actually heading to the playoffs and being a championship contender.
First down and 10 for Atlanta from their own 24-yard line. See if we can get Hollywood going. Hollywood finally with his longest run of the day as he gets up to the 36-yard line, a gain of 12. Fixes his stat line just a little bit.
Yeah, it took him from, probably it almost doubled his output right there when 12 yards and being, 25 yards after that carry. It doubled his output, put him over 2 yards a carry on the game here. So look, and it doesn't look like Atlanta is doing nothing crazy either. It doesn't look like they want to throw. They're gonna. I don't know what's really going on.
Dynasty does throw to a wide open Siege Falco up the right sideline, gets into Minnesota territory, tackled at the 44. So Minnesota, this game really, like you were saying, it's not devastating for Atlanta to lose this one. They'd be 7-1. Even if your Louisiana Revolution wins tomorrow, they'd be 5-3. They'd still be, a couple games back from first place. For Minnesota, though, if they hold on to win, I think they probably will. Hollywood tackled for no gain. They're going to be 6-2, and right now Tulsa losing in Portland. They're down by 11. They're losing 14-3. That game in the third quarter. They'll end up having both Minnesota and Tulsa were 5-2 coming into this week. So Minnesota would be 6-2. Tulsa potentially, if they end up losing, they could be 5-3, and Minnesota in the driver's seat going forward. Nice catch by Boo Chisholm up to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, and I think Atlanta here. I mean the way that they're doing it, right, they're just trying to get some positive, out of the rest of the game, and getting some reps in there, right, and being able to kind of, I guess look up and be like, hey, look, man, there's not a whole lot of positives to take away from this game, but if we run our plays and try to run our game plan and try and execute toward the end of this game, at least gives us something to say, hey, yeah, we can do this, we can do that, going forward.
6.5 to go in this one. Hollywood hit behind the line and ripped down. Tackle for a loss by Buster Johnson. 2nd down and 13.
God, he destroyed the right tackle for Atlanta. BDG didn't have a chance, man. That right tackle just got destroyed.
2nd and 13. Inside the 6-minute mark. Dynasty throws down to the bottom. Looks like that one, I thought he was out of bounds. Chisholm says, nope, I'm in bounds. Gains 4th. 3rd down and 9. Clock stopped.
Yeah, and the way he got the tips of his toes are blue with his shoes makes it easier for the ref to see. Ready to keep his feet in bounds. But here we're under 6 minutes. Like I said, they're just trying to get some positive, get some reps, get some sort of a rhythm, right?
Just close out the game
right
on a positive note. But that's not going to happen because, they'll call it an incomplete pass. So no sack was registered there. But getting into the backfield, Angela Meerkat, she's been just an absolute machine. Getting in the backfield all day, registering sacks, tackles for a loss, quarterback pressures, you name it.
Yeah, I think after this game, Dynasty and the whole Atlanta team is gonna be like, I hate snow. If we can have every team inside of a dome of some sort or fair weather, yeah, let's do that. We're not doing, the snow nonsense.
Field goal is up and good from 39 yards out. Atlanta with 13 points on the board, but Minnesota franchise record-setting 41 points. They'll get the ball back and see if they can even add to that further. Tomorrow on SFL YouTube, 2 dominant historical powers will battle to keep their seasons alive when the 2-5, shockingly 2-5, Florida Storm visit the 3-4 Sioux Falls Sparrows. A couple of legendary teams right there. That game kicks off a 4-game slate on Sunday evening. Coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on SFL YouTube. Wow, that looked like it hurt.
Getting reps in, man. It almost feels like for Atlanta, right? They're just kind of going through the motions, right? Keeping themselves healthy, not trying to put anybody in any kind of danger, but also just I mean, look, there's not saying they give up this game at all, right? Because all of them are super competitors, right? But I think they can just see the writings on the wall with 5.5 minutes left. It's just not, it's not anything that's going to bring them any success this game as far as winning.
Colin Hart, he gains 2 on the play. Looking at the halfback comparison, really neither team getting a lot going in the run game. Obviously, Hart with 2 rushing touchdowns, though. That's been a big difference maker. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, and then look, and if you're using the combined attack, right, between Common Sack and Colin Hart, they're somewhere around about 90 yards on the day rushing. So they're definitely a lot better than what BDG's output is.
Reno 23-28. He gets past number 24 and off to the races. Is he going to go all the way? No, tackled at the 20-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle at that. But my goodness, Jay Taylor just piling on the yards. He's approaching 200.
Yeah, and Jay Taylor, toward the end, it looked like his feet was just getting clogged up with the snow, and he just couldn't run as fast as he wanted to.
Jay Miraculous with a miraculous tackle. But first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. And at what point do you put the backups in, perhaps, and just, like, you know.
I just think they're just going for the kill on another level.
They're just having some fun out here now.
A 60-yard pass, man.
First down and 10. Reno gonna hand this one off to Chris Komisak. He'll get a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Yeah, they just, they say, you know what? Listen, we got record-setting points on the board. Let's make it epically record-setting. See how high we can go.
What do you think, they're going for a 50 burger?
They could. That might be. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull that off.
Oh man, they're gonna pull that 9-point touchdown out of their pocket.
It's a special play reserved only for snow games. Letting some time tick off the clock here. Komisak hits his second consecutive handoff. Will only gain 1. Third down and 7. Meanwhile, over in Portland, 17-3. The Fleet out in front over the Tulsa Desperados. A little more than midway through the third quarter. So everything's shaping up for Minnesota to get that 1-game lead.
Right, and here we are. It looks like they got the backup quarterback in there too, right here for Minnesota with 3 minutes left.
So I guess that answers the question of when do the backups come in. Throwing towards the end zone, so the backup quarterback can even get it done too, huh? Thousand Lakes with the touchdown pass to Adam Banks.
Missed a third down with a touchdown of 17 yards. And he was wide open, too. It's like, how does, especially when you have, like, these, look, I mean, these guys are still competitors, right? But how do you let them be that wide open with the guys who are just typically on the bench and is just getting some time in garbage time, right? Like, you got, it's just so wide open, like, no safeties were even there. And 50 burger is definitely a possibility now.
It's back in play. Mr. and Mrs. Lakes, proud of their son, Thousand, who threw likely his first career touchdown pass there. I don't have the stat line on it, but I'm going to go out on a limb and guess.
Yeah, I think so, too. Like, I didn't know Mr. Lakes was a thing until last week. Look, and you can see, like people's like, hey, it's the snow. I think they're already done, all up in the nosebleeds where there's no cover up there. Yeah. They're like, I don't want to sit in the snow.
No, it's cold, man.
But I tell you what, for those who just didn't show up because they just left their tickets at home along with themselves, they missed out a great performance by their team,
by their home team legend. Absolutely, 47 points, and I don't think they're quite done yet. Still 2:51 to go in the ball game. Let's see what Atlanta's offense can do. Probably some backups in for Minnesota on defense now, so an opportunity to maybe end things on a high note. Get some yards, maybe get some more points.
Yeah, and I would expect Atlanta to run a lot of tempo, right, and be able to, be able to move the ball with relative ease. I'm thinking, right? I mean, because you do have the second stringers in there.
Dynasty with a nice pass over the middle. They'll go into the hurry up, currently trailing by 35 points.
18-yard pass.
Their worst loss on the road was actually a 46-point loss to Las Vegas back in season 18. So this they're not at risk of having their worst road defeat ever, which is good. That would be a little out of reach, I think. Dynasty down to Chisholm. Second down and 6. I guess he fell out of bounds there, Gerald. 2:20 to go on the clock. Clock is stopped.
Yeah, it looked like he was knocked backwards, but the refs just didn't give him the forward progress and just gave him out of bounds. If I was him, like, man, just keep the clock running. There's enough happening here. 35 points. It's let these two teams get out of this weather and go home.
2nd and 4. Dynasty with the first down pass over the middle. Kyle Fenimore gets that catch.
And Fenimore's been probably their most productive wide receiver. Now, I mean, unless it's some of the pads he's doing. Oh, look at this.
Padding them stats as we hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in a lopsided snow game. 48-13. The legend in complete control. First down and goal from the 7. Dynasty with an empty backfield set. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Tight end in the middle. He goes to the left. Siege Falco gets 3. It looks like he missed where that sideline may have been because of the snow. 89 yards on the day.
Yeah, look, and as he's walking out of bounds, he said, I thought it was way out here.
He's like, oh, man, there it is.
He's walking like, oh, I thought it was out here. I misjudged that one.
Yeah, you just kind of see, he just looked like crap. Same offensive set.
My bad.
Yep, whoops. Dynasty with a short drop, throws over the middle, back of the end zone, touchdown for Boo Chisholm. And they'll cut into the deficit just a bit, make it look a little better.
Yeah, make it look a little bit more respectable. And after this extra point attempt here, we can definitely expect the onsides kicked. And then if Minnesota recovers, Atlanta's definitely gonna use up all their timeouts.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see how that's gonna go. But these two teams have, I don't think this game is any indication of where Atlanta is or where they're going. Hey, these guys are 7-0. I mean, you don't get 7-0 by playing like this every week. So, so I think Atlanta still got. I mean, they're still in the driver's seat in their division.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're 7-0 for a reason. They've had many a convincing victory throughout this season, and Minnesota just had their number today. That's really, I think you can just boil it down to that. Most of their victories, all of them except for one, have been double-digit 2-score victories. As the ball just kind of flops around, bounces around, and is finally recovered by Minnesota. I think, Minnesota finally hops on that ball. Probably the longest distance side kick I've ever seen.
Me too. And if somebody kicked it. Like, get the ball out of here. Or maybe it was one of the Atlanta players was like, man, if we can kick it that far after it's bouncing around.
Then maybe scoop and score.
Yeah, we can pick it up way down there. But
that ball was in play so long, I think you and I had a chance to go recover that one.
I just wanted to just jump out of the booth and jump on it. I'm like, it's like nobody wanted it.
That would have been quite a fall, though. You probably would have hurt yourself.
There's tons of snow.
There is, well, yeah, but...
It'd be like a pillow. Right?
Well, yeah, made of ice.
It wasn't an ice storm.
No. It's nice fluffy snow. It's that lake effect thing they got going on.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, look, if it being that fluffy, right? And if I jump on it, it would be really light and fluffy. Therefore, I would just fall right through it like it was paper.
I'll give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? You break your arms and legs?
I might even die.
Well, yeah, that'd be sad. We don't want that. And Atlanta burns their second timeout, 1 remaining. If Minnesota gets the first down, it's all over. If not, then we might see Atlanta one more time here on offense.
Right. So what are the odds that we see Thousand Lakes line up for a pass?
Oh, it's
or his second pass of the game.
Maybe his second passing touchdown. No, he's going to hand this one off. Commissac's still out there.
Oh,
well, that's why you put in the backups, folks. And Quanta Shine just absolutely taking the head off of Scott. Well, you got the Cajun. How do you say that there?
Scott St. Croix?
Yeah, Scott St. Croix. There you go. Yeah. I don't know. I'm from New York, man. I can't read that.
Yeah, that's St. Croix, man.
Oh, gotcha. It's like a French thing?
Maybe.
Listen, anytime I see an X in the name, it just throws me off. But anyway, Scott St. Croix just gets absolutely demolished by Shine. Atlanta burning their final timeout. We'll see what they can do on offense. Oh, look at that move by Fenimore. So first down and 10 for the Swarm. About the 23-yard line.
Dude, it was almost like Fenimore had some Mario Kart stuff action in there, because what he did, he had a stutter step, a spin move, and then he like jetted out like really fast. He just ran like really fast. Got that speed burst after that spin move.
Dynasty down to Hollywood. Hollywood with some room to roam. Get some yards there. To where? Nobody knows. The 44, perhaps.
Yeah, it looks like it. 44.
As the defense gets reset. Dynasty over the middle. Oh no, nearly threw another pick. Don't hurt the stat line, Dynasty. This is where you can pad the stats just a little bit. Second down and 10, 1:08 to go here in the ball game.
It looks like Axel Raven's like, I don't want to come out of the game. Leave me in, because he's actually still in the game.
Yeah, he's still getting things done. Derek Meerkat, he's still out there too. Some of the starters want to see this one through. Trips formation for the Swarm. Dynasty throws on the run, and that one's in and out of the hands of his intended target, Casey Morgan.
I thought that could have been picked twice.
Yeah, and if it was, I thought that was going to be a pick six.
Right, before it bounced off of Casey Morgan, which he probably lost concentration on it because there had so many hands up in the way. Maybe he himself thought, oh, that's a pick.
They're down and 10. What's left of the crowd here in Minnesota on their feet. 4 down territory. Dynasty under pressure, throws deep down the left-hand sideline, and it is picked off for one final time. It has not been Dynasty's day. Ball taken away by Tigger Clay. I think that's Clay's second pick, yeah. Or no, first pick today.
Yeah, he just was sitting back there, and Dynasty threw up almost like a lob ball. It was up for a while, and it kind of came down almost like this big loopy type ball, and you can see Boo's dislike for how they played today right there on the sideline. It just kind of sums up their day.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Thousand Lakes will kneel this one away. Johnny Reno, 25 of 30, over 300 yards. 5 touchdowns, potentially a 6th touchdown. I can't remember. I think the stat line might be missing one, but many touchdowns. Only has 1 pick, triple-digit quarterback rating. Absolutely fantastic day by Reno. Jay Taylor with 170 yards and a touchdown reception. Reno doing a nice job spreading that ball around, getting it out to Taylor, Banks, and France. 4 touchdowns, as well as a couple down to Colin Hart. So overall, a dominating performance in every way by Minnesota as the final seconds tick away here in this one as we get ready to roll the final stats and highlights. Gerald, your final thoughts on this game?
The only one thought, right? The Minnesota defense, right? I think they just, took Atlanta, brought them to the woodshed, and just kind of just beat them up a little bit and showed them, hey, look, hey, you come into our house. It doesn't matter if you're undefeated or not. This is what we're going to do. And we were in our element, right, even with the elements all around. So, it was a perfect performance, if I can even say that by Minnesota. Yeah. Snowstorm.
A perfect snowstorm.
But for Minnesota to be able to dominate like they did in Atlanta up until the end, until the backups could do much of nothing. But look, Atlanta's still leading their division. They're still in control of everything they do, and they're still one of the top seeds as of right now with that 1 loss. So they can move forward and kind of regroup and see what they did wrong and how they can improve.
Atlanta will fall to 7-1 on the season. Minnesota will improve to 6-2. Up next for both of these teams, they're both on a bye week in Week 10, but they'll both be back in Week 11. For Atlanta, Sunday, March 26th, they will be at Louisiana. Gerald, they're going to see you next, so I'm sure you'll be hoping for back-to-back losses for Atlanta. For Minnesota, they will be on the road in Week 11 visiting Tulsa, who's currently still losing to Portland. Coming up later today at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Indianapolis at Vancouver with, hey, you and I on the call on Next Level Sports. So, we're going from nice, snowy, ice-cold Minnesota. We got to get on a plane, head up to Vancouver. We only got a few hours to get there, so.
Got the Concorde jet.
Got the Concorde all fired up.
That's
Good thing
part
they decommissioned those, and Cameron Irvine nice enough to purchase one for the SFL.
I thought it was yours. So all you did was slap that Dags Drone Works sticker on the side of it? Is that what you did?
Yeah. It's a shared asset, Couple more games later today. We got Indy, Vancouver, Las Vegas, Carolina, Baltimore, Denver, and San Diego, Arizona, all later this evening. Jay Taylor, your player of the game, 8 receptions, 168 yards, and a touchdown. Congratulations to Minnesota. That wraps up this one. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Final score, Minnesota 48, Atlanta 20. For Gerald Smith, Rochelle Colston, Chris Porter, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who will always be with me in spirit on every call. I'm Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy and go shovel some snow. Have a good day, everybody.